since the election results from Tuesday's elections, we have seen just Democrat fallout on Capitol Hill, chaos there about both the bipartisan infrastructure package and the reconciliation bill.
Speaker Pelosi was just out speaking, and she said a couple of things. Number one, she said the reconciliation bill, the social spending bill, is going to get not smaller, Jordan, it's going to get bigger.
What the Biden team has to try and figure out that, listen, they're going to be pushed from two schools of thought. There's a school of thought from the AOC progressive world that the reason why you lost Virginia is you didn't get Democrats excited. You didn't double down. You didn't double down on saying that parents don't have a role in their kids' education and their curriculum. That wasn't enough, that you need to go further. So you're going to have that progressive wing. Then you're going to have the more pragmatic wing of the Democrat Party say, we got to get elected. We have to put people forward who can get elected.
I actually think we have good news as well. I know that Virginia was a huge bummer. And honestly, if anything, I think that the results show the limits of trying to run a fully 100% super moderated campaign that does not excite, speak to, or energize a progressive base. And frankly, we weren't even really invited to contribute on that race.
Where he got into trouble in the final weeks of the campaign was not being a moderate, but was by being a hard left progressive. And that was by doubling down on parents having no role in their kids' education.
He went on the offensive against parents, and he then also doubled down by supporting strongly teachers' unions, who are, generally speaking, hard left.
So you got AOC saying, not far left enough. Hey, we weren't even invited to participate. They didn't even want us down there. Then you've got Van Jones and Anderson Cooper saying maybe they went too far left.
If you're the Squad, or if you're, someone who's been calling for defund police, or socialism or democratic socialism, I wonder if Thierry had been able to stick on a message of economic progress, family leave and minimum wage and that kind of stuff. And maybe we wouldn't be making this argument.
You look at the left trying to interpret the results here, and you see AOC taking the opposite approach of Anderson Cooper. Look, I don't say this a whole lot, but Anderson is 100% correct here, Jordan. I mean, the message from voters in Virginia was that the agenda has gotten far too radical. But let me tell you this. As I look at Washington, D.C. right now, I still see progressives inside the conference, to answer your question, getting their way.
If you don't take in consideration what people are going through at the gas pumps and at the grocery stores, the inflation that's coming, at first we thought it was transitory. If you recall, Brett, about a month or more ago, I said, let's take a strategic pause.
A strategic pause. I mean, that's got to hurt the Nancy Pelosi's of the world, the Schumers of the world, and the Biden team.
They could have passed this bipartisan infrastructure bill with Republican votes a long time ago and at least showed their voters some progress. But instead, they got boiled down into so much infighting that they've been able to accomplish absolutely nothing.
He said, well, I want Congressional Budget Office scoring. I want time to actually read to see what's in this. So none of that rush it through. Like Nancy Pelosi originally wanted this like the Affordable Care Act. She wanted to say, rush it through, then you'll read it after the fact. Remember, at this time around, she said, people just don't know what's in it. When they find out what's in it, they're going to like it. But that was the same day they wanted to vote on it.
This just occurred. Pelosi was asked about if she had the votes for the social spending bill, and her response is that, well, Mr. Clyburn keeps the whip count. And so then James Clyburn was asked whether or not he had the votes for the bill, and he says, I don't make the decision about putting the bill on the floor. I will say this, when the bill gets put on the floor, I'll get the votes. So, Jordan, what that tells me is neither one of them has the votes for this.
The Democrats say, hey, let's throw more inflationary pressure on the economy by spending money we don't have. This makes no sense, but at the end of the day, that is probably the best summary of what's going on in Washington.
Maybe Joe Manchin's just waking up to political reality. Maybe he doesn't want his final 4 or 5 years. I don't know if he's going to run for re-election in the Senate. To be remembered just being kind of the losing side of issues. But Harry, he is speaking truth, that what people are concerned about, the inflation, the shelves being empty, will there be, even if you are in a decent economic situation, will the toys be there to buy, or the presents and gifts be there to buy for Christmas, or the food for Christmas, for Thanksgiving? That those are the issues that people care about right now, not Green New Deal.